Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. This is the part 10 of my video series on my astonishing discovery about the Arabic language. In this video, we'll be mainly taking a look at the twa and zwa group of letters. These letters are characterized by the ellipse shape. You can see the ellipse shape here in twa and zwa. Now this ellipse shape is present in 4 letters: Swad, dwad, twa and zwa. Swad also have the ellipse shape, and this twa is an extremely good letter. So this corresponds to the tayyib meaning in Arabic, which means good. And notice that Swad also have a correct swawaabun and right meaning. And these meanings that I have listed here for twa and zwa actually arises from the meaning related to its shape similarity with the esophagus and duodenum. You can see the letter twa. It looks very much this straight part is so twa basically consists of the alif and the ellipse shape. So alif and ellipse shape, and it's coming down, basically coming down. Can also mean to go up, right? Twa is like the esophagus, this alif part, and then this ellipse part is like the stomach. So the meaning of the letter twa is related to the stomach and its properties, such as say, so one meaning we get is straight, and the zwa with the dot would mean not straight, and twa would mean to correct, like the stomach corrects the food in our stomach, and zwa would means not correct, but in a good sense. Notice this not correct, not straight, also in a good sense. So because the esophagus food comes down through the esophagus, down the esophagus, right? So one meaning is coming down mainly, but if the twa is the first letter, then it can also mean up. And something with some air in it, like say balloon or something like that, also has this meaning with the twa, because the stomach also contains some water. And another meaning of twa is protection, or to cut something. So both protection and cut is a function of the stomach, as it cuts down the food into its constituent parts, and then it protects because of the presence of the acid. And obviously another meaning is the stomach itself, such as involved in eating. Twaáima means to eat, right? And notice the twa look like a sword with a handle, or a needle, which has also this space for something. So it has a meaning of protection. So here I show the word for eating. To eat, twaáima and yatamu. Twaáima means he ate, and yatamu means he is eating. Both of these they are related to the parts of the gastrointestinal tract of the human. The twa, as I have said before, is like the esophagus and the stomach, and then the ain is like the duodenum and the small intestine. Look that the ain, it is this ain, the upper part of the ain looks like the first part of the duodenum, and so you can see the duodenum, yeah, and the lower part looks like the rest of the small intestine. And interestingly, the duodenum in Arabic is called afjun, and this is a very difficult word to find in the Arabic language. It's astonishing to even think that Arabic has a word for a part of the small intestine such as the duodenum. This is not surprising if you consider the fact what I have been telling you so far is that for everything there is a word in Arabic, although some of it may have been forgotten in the modern standard Arabic, but it is there in the Lisanul Arabian, or the true divine language. Now, so you notice this, that the twa looks like the esophagus, stomach, the ain looks like the duodenum and the small intestine, and the meme looks like the large intestine and the rectum. Notice how the large intestine and the upper part of the large intestine look like the upper part of the meme, and the lower straight part looks like the rectum. So esophagus and stomach is twa, and the ain for the afjun, which is the duodenum, and then the meme is for the large intestine, and the straight part is for the rectum. So you see, it draws a picture of the human gastrointestinal tract, the word for to eat in Arabic. There are other words for eating actually, uh, and I will explain them inshallah in a later video. So the meaning of the twaáima, if you look at the single letter meaning, it means that to correct in the stomach, twa, and ain we know has a meaning of grip, and it takes the food inside, right, which is shown by the kasra, and then produce in large intestine. Meme also have a meaning of producing something. So this meaning of all this meaning of the twa is related to the stomach. Now, uh, mish-tun means a comb. So we already know that that is meme, when it's the first letter, it is with the kasra, it means a tool. But here, notice meme is part uh, of the root letters, not as a separate letter, and but it's still the same. So mish-tun means comb, and here mi means tool, and shin means sha'run or the hair, and twa means straight. So it's a tool for hair straightening or correcting. See how easy it becomes to understand the meaning of the words in the true divine language. Although notice that the three dot indicates many, right? Many. Sha'run, here there are many hairs, and shin we know spread, and sha'run, the definition is sha'a ala ra'si, or something which is spread on the head. So sha'runa. So every word can be defined with this single letter meanings in the divine language. Now, the mish-tun is from the root letter mashata, or which means he combed, right, in the past tense. Al-failul ma'zi. Al-failul ma'zi means he did, or the action is done, right? It is completed, or the perfect tense, right? Mashata. And yamshutu means he is combing, right? And this is fa'ilul muzariya and present tense, or it can also mean the future tense. He will be doing it, but that is, the action is not complete. But notice here yamshutu and yamshitu with the dhamma and the kasra, both are okay. Both are okay. This means so we already know a tool for hair correcting. Now shin means hair, sha'run, and notice here the dhamma means is worked upon, right? So hair is worked upon, or another meaning is yamshitu means hair is not right, it is down, the hair is down, which is made up after the action is completed. And umshut means in the command tense al-amr. So notice the three tenses in Arabic: al-madi, al-mudari'a, al-amr. So mashata, yamshutu, umshut, right? And notice another thing is that I've told you in the command tense, umshut, alif with dhamma means a person is worked upon, is ordered, or imshit also is there. So this means this action is done by another person, or a helping hand is necessary, right? And notice here, if this second letter has a kasra, then the command tense must have a kasra below the alif. And if it has a if it has a dhamma, then this first letter must have a dhamma in the command tense or in al-amr. And another thing is, if it has fatha, then it will have a kasra in the command tense. So the command tense can have only dhamma or a kasra. It can never have a fatha. Fatha would means that the person is doing it, right? The person involved is doing it. So dhamma or kasra would means it is done by somebody else. Okay, now these three are the verbs, or as I said, the remember the Arabic verbs includes the subject and the object or actions, right? Or the actions, and then the noun wise or ism. There are again three types, right? Ismul masdar. In this case, it will be mish-tun, which would mean combing. Remember, mish-tun means a comb, but mish-tun means the act of combing, right? And ismul file, or the active participle, or the doer, mashitun, one who is combing, and mashtut would mean the passive particle, or in this case, it would mean combed. All right, so again, remember, I have to tell you and remind you again of my last video about the Arabic grammar. Remember, in the active voice, these six patterns that we have learned, three for the verb, three for the noun, that is fa'ala, yafal, and ifal, the fe'lul ma'di and fe'lul mudariya and fe'lul amr. These three are for the verb, and fa'lun and fa'ilun and maf'ulun. This is the masdar, the file, and maf'ul, here shown by using the root, prototype root, right? Fa'ala. And all these are fe'lul ma'lum, or the active voice. And in the passive voice, it will be fe'lul majhul, which is fuila, right? Fuila is worked upon. The whole thing is worked upon, which is shown by the dhamma. Now, the passive voice is very little used in Arabic, not much actually. And remember, it is felul majhul doesn't quite mean a passive voice. A majhul means the unknown, unknown. So in case of fuila, so the work was done by him, say, if you say, uh, so in English it is possible. In Arabic, you cannot put a cause behind a passive voice. Fuila would mean he was done, but by whom is not known. Right? This is why it's called majhul, unknown. And ma'lum means known. Felul majhul, but that is the doer is known, the file is known. But in case of fuila, the filun is not known. This is a very big difference between Arabic and English. So just to remind you that I have told you that uh, the subject, verb, and object has a different kind of uh, position and meaning in Arabic compared to English. In English, the subject always comes first, and then the verb, and then the object, right? For example, creator, created, creatures, or creature. So, and uh, if you flip this, like creature, created, creator, the meaning will completely change in English, right? But in Arabic, it's not like that. The subject and the object is shown, we know, by the tashkil, and halaka halikun makhlukan would mean created, the uh, uh, created creator, makhlukan means creature, right? So it's like this, and the pattern that it follows is fa'ala, fa'ilun, maf'ulan. So the doer did the done, right? And you can change this word order, like halikun, halaka, makhlukan, and it would not change in Arabic the meaning, right? And the only thing you have to notice that the doer has to be in marfun, which is shown by halikun, the tanwin, and the uh, done, or maf'ul, must be mansub, right, which is shown by the double kasra, or the tanwin in the mansub form. So marfuun always means the doer, and mansub means the uh, object, or on whom the work is done, right? So you can change the order, like you can say makhluka khalaka khalikun, means the creatures, the creator created the creatures. Doesn't mean that the creature was created by the creator. As I said before, that would be mean kulika. Kulika means he was created, right? He was created. Khulika, huh? So he was created. And then this kind of sentence that the creature was created by the creator is not possible in Arabic, and it's unnecessary actually. So the idea of this passive voice in Arabic is very different from the idea we understand with English. All right, now we know that dwa means correct or straight, and so dwa with a single dot would mean incorrect or not straight, but this meaning is mostly in the good sense. Let's take a look at a few words. For example, nazzwafa means to clean, and nazzwama means to organize. Now, in nazzwafa, the noon means many dot like that, and the zwa means incorrect, we know, and fa means to separate or faraka, right? So many dots which are incorrect are removed or separated. So this is cleaning. And nazzwama means many things which are incorrect and object, right? Object, and put in, like meme we know also means place, right? So nazzwama would means to organize according to its place. So see how the single letter meaning helps you in learning the meaning. Also notice that this nazzwafa and nazzwama is a bit different. This is called type 2 verb, which we'll discuss very shortly. But notice there is a shadda on the second letter. This kind of verb would mean a type 2 verb. So you see, the type 2 verb is characterized by shadda on the second letter. So nazzafa would means he cleaned, and yunazzifu means he cleans, and nazzif means clean in the amr, and tanzif means cleaning. Munazzifun means a cleaner, and munazzafun means cleaned. So you learn this six type um, uh, of the expression that I've been telling you. So this is very, very vital that you learn these six types for every root letter. So this is the type 2 verb. Now the type 1 verb for this root nun, zwa and fa is nazzwafa, which means he was clean. So it describes a state. And whenever you see a dhamma on the second letter of the fi'lul madi, it would mean in a state, a state. So he was clean, right? He was clean. And yanzufu. So whenever dhamma is on the second letter, the in the fi'lul mudariya, it must have the dhamma. Must have dhamma. There is no other choice. So nazufa, yanzufu, unzuf is related to be clean, right? To be clean. And nazzafa means he clean, to clean. So to be clean and to clean. Nazafatun means therefore cleanliness, and nazifun means clean, but there is no maf'ul form for this kind of type 1 verb where the dhamma is there on the second root letter in both the verbs, because it's a state. So there cannot be a maf'ul for this kind of verbs, type 1 verbs. So nazufa, yanzufu, unzuf, nazafatun, and nazifun. Now, similarly, you can see nazzama means he organized, yunazim means he organizes, and nazim means organize as an order, and tanzim means organizing or organization, and munazzim means organizer, and munazzamun means organized, right? And compared to this is the type 2 verb, right? Because this is characterized by the shadda on the second letter, right? And type 1 verb means nazama, yanzimu, inzim, means to arrange, to put in order, right? So many things incorrectly to put in order, right? Nazama, yanzimu, inzim, because you see there is kasra on the fi'lul mudariya. That's why in the fi'lul amr there is a kasra as well. And nazmun means arranging, and nazimun means who arranges, and manzum means arranged, right? And notice one thing, the shadda also indicate uh, that the things need to be repeated. So when you're washing nazzwafa, or when you're cleaning nazzwafa or tanzim, uh, that notice that you have to clean it repeatedly. Means your clothes become dirty and you clean it one time, two times, like this. You have to repeat the action on several occasions. So this is the one meaning of this repetition, which is indicated by the dhamma. Or see, repeat your tan nazzama. So this letter is doubled, means the action needs to be repeated. Samely with organizing things, you have to, things will naturally get dirty and disorganized, so we have to organize them from time to time. So that is one of the meaning of the shadda, or this type 2 verb, which means that this type 2 verb indicate actions which would need to be repeated. Now, one meaning of the twa is to come straight down, right? Straight down, as I've told you. And this straight down coming is mostly with words that are the last letter. So see, in the word, for example, sakata, which means to fall, sakata, yaskutu, uskut, and sukut, sakitun, and maskut. So from these 6 types we learn. And you see here, sin means sara, to move or to go somewhere. And kof, we already know, means gravity. And twa means to come down straight. So when you fall due to the forces of gravity. And sin would mean a place parallel to earth. Earth, and this gravity is shown by the kof, and the twa is coming straight down. So see, it becomes very easy to understand the meaning of sakata. Sakata means to fall, because sin means move, sara, and due to gravity you come straight down. On the other hand, if the twa is the first letter, it would mean go up. So for example, tora yatirutir, it means to fly, and toirun means flying, or toirun can also mean bird, and toirun means a flyer, one who flies, and matirun means the maful of this word. Sometimes this maful is difficult to translate in English, because English doesn't use this kind of constructions, but uh, in the divine language it's very, very common to use this, although much less than twayyibun. Divine language would rather go with the active participle, right? And the passive participle is used less. So please try to see the meaning in all these letters. I have removed the tashkil and have made it very easy for you to understand. So you should be able to figure out the meaning of each of these letters, and what they mean, along with learning the 6 basic forms of the words, 3 for verbs and 3 for nouns. That is 3 for fa'lun and 3 for ism. Remember, ism doesn't quite mean noun. It includes noun, adjective, adverb, like this, and then the file includes the subject always, and it may include the object if there is an object. So remember, the reason for the divine language drawing a picture of the object is that all objects, such as what we have seen, the human gastrointestinal tract, similar to the word twaáima, is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created all of the thing in the universe according to the shape of his letters. If you like my video, please subscribe, leave a like, or make a comment and share. And for further information, please check out my books, which are available from Global Books. Thank you very much for listening to this video. Inshallah, I'll be making more videos in the future like this. Until then, Allah Hafiz.